Go. All right, everyone. For those of you who are able to join us live this evening, I have my special guest and friend, Ms. Kim Morrison Dart, joining us. And I'm going to go ahead and first say thank you for tuning in with us this Sunday evening. You know, we do this every Sunday at 7 p.m. My upline, Robert, does his Wednesdays at 8 p.m. And his friend, John, does his Thursday at 9 p.m. So if you are here with us this Sunday, once again, thank you for joining in because you are going to get some really good information. So let me share my screen and we will start this presentation. If you have any questions, please go ahead and either put them in the Facebook comments or the chat, and I will answer them at the end because unfortunately I cannot see them as we are going through this presentation. So I'm gonna hide the video panel and jump on here. All right, let's start this presentation. So you are here this evening for the free training on how to use your money when you need it and create an additional income stream. As I said, my name is Cecilia Morris, and Kim Morrison Dart is joining as our special guest this evening. So if you're wondering who am I am known as the engineer by education and home business owner by desire. And in 2003, I incorporated myself to get the tax benefits given to corporations because I had a home-based business. I've been in network marketing for over 10 years, and a little over 2 years ago, I started in affiliate marketing. In January of 2018, coming up on my first year here in 2.5 months, I started my own personal coaching business where I help people use digital marketing strategies to build their business. These are brick and mortar businesses as well as people who want to go online. So during this presentation, you are getting VIP access. You will learn how to bring home more money on your paycheck while you don't want to wait on your tax return each year. And we're getting close to that season, especially like late November, early mid-December. That's when everybody starts getting their advances on their tax returns, paying those terrible fees. And then we're going to show you how you can use this new knowledge to save money, eliminate debt, improve your credit, and improve your lifestyle. So why is this information so important, you might wonder? Well, if you are currently working a job, you need to know how to maximize your take-home pay. Once you learn these tools, you will need to know what to do with that extra money. And in today's economy, it is imperative that you have multiple streams of income. So what is your why? So anyone who's out here in the entrepreneurial space has a why for being in business. So in my research, I found that 230 people in the United States join a network marketing company every hour because they want time freedom, they want more money, they want to quit their job, they want some recognition, which a lot of times people don't get at their jobs, and financial security. And then, of course, a better life. They want to live life on their terms, more vacations, more savings, more time with their kids and their family. People are just looking for a way to improve their lives by any means necessary. So what that means is if they're not joining with you, they are going to join with somebody. And if you have some whys, go ahead and throw them in the comments of the chat or in another place. Once again, I will check them at the end of this webinar. So be aware, this webinar is for you, making sure you're in the right place here today if you want to get more money out of your paycheck. If you're working and you want to know how you can get more take-home pay, this is for you. If you want to create time and family freedom, then yes, this webinar is for you. If you want to improve your lifestyle and build an online business, then you have landed in the right place this evening. So be aware that your lack of success is definitely not your fault. You haven't been shown the tools that are available to you for legally maximizing your take-home pay from your job. You haven't been shown why it is so important to bring home more money on your paycheck instead of waiting on your tax refund. And you haven't been shown how to be a solutions provider for you and your family. And all of this, Kim and I are going to share with you tonight because it's about maximizing your income and generating more time. So once you implement what we're going to share with you today, you will know how to maximize your income at your job. You will know how to have an online business without selling physical products. You know how to have a conversation where you are considered a problem solver and not a slimy salesperson. The whole goal is to solve a problem. We're not trying to sell anything, but there's a problem that needs to be fixed, and that problem is not bringing home the right amount of money in your paycheck. So now that you know what this is and who it is for, let's talk a little bit about what this is not and who it is not for. First and foremost, it is not an overnight success program. You have to do the work. So this is for people that want to put what they learn into action. It's not about spending countless hours learning a program that is so complicated that you'll never use it. And it's not for people that are not open to building their business online. A quote from Bill Gates that still rings true today is that if your business is not on the internet, you will soon be out of business. And it's definitely not about selling you a do-it-yourself program. We are hands-on and we assist you every step of the way because our goal is your success. So just to tell you a little bit about me, and then of course we'll get into Kim here a little later in the presentation. When I first started as an entrepreneur, I was an unemployed college graduate with an engineering degree and no engineering job. So I got started in network marketing from a friend of mine, and I quickly exhausted my warm market of friends and family. I sounded really insecure and desperate when I talked to strangers, but I kept at it, and I did everything my upline told me to. And when I finally called what I considered getting good or getting the hang of this cold market recruiting thing, the company that I was with was shut down by the FTC. So I was basically a fish out of water. So when I started over, all my old school skills didn't work. And I knew that I needed to find a company and a way to build my business that was based on me and not the company that I was with. So what did I do? Well, the same way I invested in my engineering education, I invested in my online education. About $3,000 to learn how to be an online marketer. And then I invested more to get good at it. But don't panic, don't jump off of this meeting because I am not suggesting that you do that. What I am suggesting is that you stay until the end because I will have some super special bonuses for you, and you're going to get information from this webinar that you can start using as early as tomorrow. So I now have a Facebook page with over 21,000 followers, over 300 videos on Facebook and YouTube. I've got over 2,700 now connections on LinkedIn, and it hasn't even been a year since I added LinkedIn to my portfolio. I have a website with over 140 articles dealing with mindset, attraction marketing, website traffic, and social media recruiting. And in the last year, I've been to Vegas 3 times. I've been asked to speak at a local social media event. I was actually a presenter at an event we had here recently that was a prize event. And I also was in April earlier this year, 2018, visiting family while I was there for an event. And that is my aunt and my 2 cousins there with me in beautiful Scottsdale, Arizona. So now you're probably wondering, you know what, Cecilia, this is all well and good, but will this work for me? Well, Kim's on the line with us. We're going to share her success story in a little bit, but here's some other people that I've worked with. This is Paul, and he lives in Minnesota, I believe. And he says Cecilia is amazing at what she does. If you guys haven't yet, or you're having doubts about your business, please reach out to her if you're serious about growing your brand. She's a true entrepreneurial spirit that can help your business and the brand of you thrive. Much love. And then there's Kim. And once again, we'll share more of Kim's story here in a little bit. But Kim says this program is really helping me in more ways than I realized. I do see where I've kind of missed the mark in my efforts to be successful as a home business owner. The videos keep me interested in learning what I don't know, and they're really helping me to develop the mindset I need to do this. I can picture myself walking away from my corporate job within the next few years. And like I said, Kim's my special guest tonight, so she'll share more of her story here with us shortly. Just hang in there. We've got some really good stuff for you tonight. So keep calm, stay to the end. I'm gonna take a quick sip of water and then we'll continue with the presentation. As I said, any questions you have, put them in Facebook or put them in the chat, and I will definitely get to them at the end of this presentation, along with the bonuses as well. So first, let me tell you why I got out of the product business. So most network marketing companies out there require you to purchase their products, and that was driving me crazy. The first reason was because of the cost. So most companies, at least the ones that I have been involved in, have a auto ship. So you have to order a certain amount of product every month, regardless of whether or not you got a customer or a new team member. And that cost for me and the businesses that I was in was close to about $200 a month once you factored in the minimum auto ship amount, plus taxes, plus shipping and handling. But because I'm not a family, it's just me and the dog, what I found is I had more product at the end of each month. It was too much for one person to use in a 30-day period. So now I've got inventory. And I found that that inventory was hard to get rid of. I couldn't even give it away, let alone sell it. And then a friend of mine suggested that I start doing trade shows. Some people might know them as vendor events. Well, that got to be a hassle because now I got to pack up all my stuff. I got to drive to the venue. I got to unpack and set up my table. I got to be there for the 3 or 4 hours of the event. Then whatever I don't sell, I got to pack it back up, drive back home, and then unload the car. It was just too much. And then, of course, there was the rejection. That's one of the things about cold market recruiting is you got to be thick-skinned. You got to realize that people aren't saying no to you. They're saying no to the opportunity. And in some cases, they're even saying no to themselves. But you hear it enough times, and it does get to be a little bit overwhelming. Okay? So that's why I got out of the products business. So let's talk about how income shifting changed my life and the life of Kim and our teammates. So when I learned about income shifting, I was able to pay down my bills. I was able to save more money. And when the time came that corporate America was no longer in love with me, I had a pretty nice nest egg when I lost my job. So without income shifting, most people end up like this, which is sad. Don't blame the baby boomers for not retiring. They can't afford to. I read an article recently on LinkedIn, and it was talking about the plight of the college graduates. And one of the reasons that they mentioned why college graduates were having such a hard time finding jobs is because people who are eligible for retirement are not retiring. So you've got these people in positions that they are definitely qualified for, but they're not retiring for whatever reason, which means that companies can't bring new blood into the company unless they add headcount or they do layoffs and then restructure or attrition. So that's one of the reasons why college graduates are having a hard time finding work nowadays. So let's talk about the 5 steps for an online business. And it's really simple when you break down the 5 steps, but it's difficult to implement when you don't have the right training. Step 1 is to find a need or a problem to solve. Step 2 is to create or leverage the solution to that need or problem. Step 3 is to drive traffic to that solution and build an email list. Step 4 is to follow up with your new leads. And then, of course, step 5 is the home run where you make the offer. Once again, let's keep calm and not panic, because not only do we have a killer offer for you, but we have some amazing bonuses as well. And you still have to hear Kim's story. So here's how I implemented these 5 steps with this webinar. The problem: most working people want to make more money and or leave their job. The solution: well, we're almost there, but I'm going to show you how you can do either or both, depending on where you're at. And then number 3, driving traffic. I posted on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. Where else? I didn't run an ads this time, but pretty much I put the word out there. Kim shared it on her pages. I have another friend, Sharon, she shared it out on her pages. I sent it to my email list because I have a pretty extensive email list. And then I did the email follow-up. So if you're on my email list, you probably got an email reminder, 2 of them actually, letting you know that I was having this webinar tonight. And then, of course, there's the offer, which I told you, don't panic. We're not talking 3,000. We're not talking 300. We're not talking 100. We're not talking 50. So just stay until the end. And the bonuses that I'm going to share with you will more than make up for whatever it is that I have to show you at the end. Promise you that. All right. So think about your dollar. If you are single, and I did find this online as well, if you are single and earning $50,000 per year, After taxes, you are only actually bringing home 58.5% of your income. Did you know that you're only bringing home 58.505% of your income? The biggest deduction to your income is the federal income tax. So what I'm about to show you, and Kim's going to share with you as well, is how we shifted our income out of the hands of our government and put it into our wallet and our pocketbooks. That's what I mean by it's your money. Use it when you need it. So what I did, and what Kim did as well, is we adjusted our W-4. Most people just get this page of their W-4 and they fill in line 5 for the number of people that live in their household, not for the number of allowances they are eligible for. So for the majority of my working life, I put 1 because I am a household of 1. But when I learned about income shifting and I learned there was a page 3, which I had never seen in my entire working life, to the W-4 form, I was like, oh, there's a worksheet and I can fill it out. So hypothetically, in this situation for myself, I was able to claim 1 for myself. And then I was able to claim 1 because not only was I head of household, but I was single and I only have 1 job. So now I've got 2 deductions just by reading page 3 of the W-4. I have doubled my number of deductions. But it gets even better because learning income shifting also allowed me to have a home business. Now, here's a hypothetical situation of the bottom half of page 3 of the W-4. All right, let me say I am not an accountant or a tax advisor. So when it comes to this portion of your W-4, please get with an accountant or tax advisor in your area. In this hypothetical situation, enter an estimate of your 2018 itemized deduction, let's say $15,000. Then I'm still using me. So I get to take $12,000 because I'm single, and that's $12,000. $15,000 for my itemized because I'm a homeowner. I got student loans. I got interest on my home, contributions, and that could be to your church, the Red Cross, whatever. 15 minus 12 leaves me with $3,000. Then it says enter an estimate of your adjustments to income. All right, so these adjustments to income are your expenses. So if you're a business owner and you attend an event, like I've been to Scottsdale, Arizona, I've been to Las Vegas, Nevada, and I've had 2 events here in Ohio, and I'm actually headed to a 3rd on Wednesday and a 4th on the 26th of October. So it is not difficult to rack up expenses when you think about the travel, the hotel, the food, the rental car, if you buy training materials, if you have to pay to even attend the event. All right, so in this hypothetical situation, I've got $10,000 in business expenses, hypothetically. So add lines 3 and 4, I'm up to $13,000. Now here's line 6, and this is where it gets interesting. And then, like I said, please consult with your accountant or tax advisor in your area. But this is non-wage income, such as interest, dividends, or the money that you make from your business. So if you file a Schedule C and you plan, as you should, to make money in your business, you will need to put a number here. If you are a corporation, this is not necessary. All right, once again, consult an accountant or tax advisor. But if you file a Schedule C, you have to put a number here if you plan to make money from your business. All right, it says subtract line 6 from 5. So in this hypothetical scenario, since I'm a corporation, there's nothing to subtract and we're at 13. It says divide line 7 by 4150. That number is 3 and some change. You drop the decimal and that is 3. In line 9, it says bring down your number from line H above. Mine was 2. And now I have 5 allowances. Remember, we're talking allowances. This is the amount of allowances that I am claiming for my paycheck, and it tells my company how much to withhold for taxes. So I have just increased my allowances from 1 to 5, and that additional money will be on my paycheck instead of on a tax return. If that just blows your mind, give me a 5 in the comments, because I know it blew my mind when I found this out. Okay, so think of what your tax return actually is. It's your money. Use it when you need it, right? So the average tax return for 2017 was around $31.20. If you go to the bank and ask them for a loan of $31.20 for 12 months, and this is a unsecured loan, so it's basically a personal loan, the average interest rate you're going to pay is 19.5%. You're going to pay that institution back $288.27 a month for this loan. So not only in 12 months, you're going to pay them back the $31.20, you're also going to pay back $339.28 in interest. So what does this mean? This means that not only did you miss out on $288 in your paycheck, you're also not going to get the interest, because your tax return is in essence a interest-free loan that you're giving the government. That's right. You're loaning the government your money to use interest-free, only for them to give it right back to you. Now tell me, what could you do with an extra $288.27? Feel free to drop that in the chat box if you're directly on Zoom, or put it in the Facebook comments. That blew me away. Like I said, give me a 5 if you're like, wow. So let's think about this. Some of the people that we have been able to help. So I received my pay increase today, just from doing the W-4 thing, right? And I said, great, how much? $50.97. I asked, do you get paid weekly or bi-weekly? Weekly. So that would be an extra $250 a month. The car note will be the first to go. And then here's my good friend Kim again. She said, it's a great business. Income shifting has really helped me. And I said, I'm glad you're getting the benefits. And she said, my paycheck saw an increase of $150 per pay period. And I said, all by changing your W-4, right? And Kim replied, that's it. And I'm still working the credit, and I'm working the credit repair now. So with that, I'm going to bring Kim on the scene. And girlfriend, share your story.
Thank you so much, Cecilia. And thank you, everybody who is attending this presentation. I hope that what you hear moves you to action. So just a little bit about myself. My name is Kim Morrison Dart, and I have been with My Econ since January of this year. I have always had an entrepreneurial spirit. I started with other multi-level marketing businesses several years ago, and and some of them I was successful, more successful, and others perhaps not so much. But I think I know that when I discovered My Econ, there was a shift in my mindset, because it dealt with how I saw money, how I saw my debts. It caused me to just think about, how do I really want to live my life, and what do I want to leave my children? And so when I signed up, I was really, really excited, but then with everybody, life happens, things get in the way. You kind of put things off to the side, and I didn't do anything with My Econ for several months. Towards the end of April, I said, you know what, it's time for me to get serious about this, because I'm tired of living paycheck to paycheck, being a divorced mom with 2 teenagers. And, just realizing that I wanted my kids to start understanding the values of credit, the values of money, and just the respect for it. And so what I did was I adjusted my W-4. And to my amazement, in my next check, after I turned it in to my HR department, I ended up seeing $150 added onto my check, and it just blew me away. So with having, an extra $300 a month, I don't know who would turn that down. That just would not make any sense. But in doing so, in having this $300 a month, I have been able to pay off 2 bills. I have been able to actually start to pay my children what would normally be considered an allowance. Yeah. Now they are my employees. And so therefore I can actually write that off as a tax or as a business expense. And I've been able to, I looked at what other expenses am I paying that are just, exorbitant? And I looked at my car note, and I was driving a Chevy Malibu, a newer Chevy Malibu. And I realized I want to go back to an SUV. That's just always been my thing. So I went into a dealership and I sat down with a dealer, and I was able to trade my Malibu in for an Equinox, Chevy Equinox LT. And to my surprise, my interest rate went down several percentage points. And then also I was able to knock off $120 per month from my car note of what I was making before. So I got a brand new vehicle to me, and and I was able to keep $120 in my pocket so that I can take a look and see, well, what else can I do to pay off my current debts? And I think the final thing is that I've been able to start accounts for my children, so that they can start to learn, the strategies. My daughter is looking into getting her first job soon, and so I will be helping her with her W-4 and everything. So I'm just looking forward to it. I think everybody, if you do it for as a business, or if you do it just for your, as a business to serve others, or if you do it as something that you just want to focus on for yourself at this point, to get your money right, to get your credit to a better standing. Mm-hmm. Just realize that you are creating a legacy that will go far beyond far beyond your children. Mm-hmm. And, that's just the proper thing to do. We are created and we create children so that we can have our legacies go on and on. So I just love my econ. I'm with it till the day I die. And I want to help others. I want to help Cecilia bring others on. This is a family, and we're getting ready to change the world. So with that, I thank you, Cecilia, and back to you.
Well, I appreciate you having the time to come on here this evening, and I appreciate you. For those who don't know, Kim and I met about a year ago. Actually, it's a little over a year. We met August of 2017, and we've been supporting each other along the way ever since. And I really appreciate you sharing your testimony, because our relationship with the money has an outcome on how we live our lives. If you have a broke mentality, then you're going to live like broke people do. And as you mentioned, the income shifting brought you an extra $300, and then you got a better car that you wanted, and that saved you another $120 on top of that. So income shifting is not just about changing your W-4. It's about changing how you think about money. So that way you are able to do more with what you have. Because if you don't have the right relationship with money, more money is just going to make you more broke.
Exactly.
Right, yes. So I'm going to go back to the screen share and finish up our presentation. I hope you guys got a lot out of what Kim shared on her story and her testimony. And I so appreciate you, Kim, once again, for taking the time to be here with me tonight. All right. So you're probably thinking, well, why do I need you? Well, that's because, as Kim mentioned, and I shared as well, income shifting is just one part of the wealth building initiative. To really make this work to your benefit, you've got to know the 5-step strategy. So I'm going to share that with you now. I hope you got your pen and paper out and you are ready to take some notes. All right. So what is that 5-step strategy? When I get into that, I just want to say, because that's why I start putting my websites up. If you were invited by anyone to be on this presentation tonight, do not use the website that I am going to put up here on the next few slides. Please get back with the person that invited you. But if you've gotten value so far and you understand what it means to put your money in your hands instead of giving it to the government, then definitely let's stop existing, because it's time to live. And there's another another article that I read. Most people use their tax returns. The majority of people use their tax returns to pay down credit cards or to pay down other expenses. The last thing people do with their tax returns is save that money. So guess if you don't have that debt, then you can start to do other things with it. So don't go into debt for Christmas. You create a Christmas savings account. Use your cash to your benefit, not to your detriment. Please get back with the person who invited you, but stay tuned to the webinar, because if you are here, you are eligible for the bonuses that I'm going to be sharing here shortly. All right, so what's the 5-step strategy? Well, we want to focus on the goose, and the golden egg will take care of itself. So who is the goose? You are the goose. You are the goose that's going to lay your own golden eggs. Kim laid $420 of golden eggs with this strategy that I'm about to share with you. All right, so there's my website. If I invited you, www.successwithcecilia.com/mymoney. Now, the monthly cost of my econ is $34.95. If that's $432 a year, if you go with some of the bonuses that I'm going to talk about in a minute. However, the average monthly savings by shifting your income using your W-4 is $300 a month. Your yearly membership in this program is paid in less than 2 months. If you remember, I said earlier how my monthly auto ship was costing me $200 a month. That was before I ever had a customer or a teammate. This is costing me $34.95. If I never did anything else, this is a business write-off because I get all the benefits of being a business owner, such as meals, travels, hotel, mileage if I go to an event, training materials, the cost of the event. I mean, the list goes on and on. Please consult with your accountant or tax advisor for the details. But the $34.95 paid off in less than 2 months, going with the average savings that we get, you can be a home-based business owner. So let's keep calm, cha-ching, and stay till the end. So once again, my website, www.successwithcecilia.com/mymoney. If you are invited to this webinar by someone else, which happens all the time, please get with them to get signed up. But if I invited you, there's the link to my website. Click the Get Started button and let's get you going. And you will do the same thing for the person who invited you here tonight. So now you know how to maximize your take-home pay with the home business. You know how to have a home business without selling physical products. And you should know that what Kim and I have showed you can help you in your professional and business life. So if you'd like us to personally help implement everything we've gone over today, we would be super happy and excited to do so. And here's how we'll do just that. So in the beginning of this presentation, I have some gifts for you, and now I want to tell you more about these bonuses because we want you to get started successfully by learning how to use attraction marketing strategies immediately. And this is completely free and available to everyone on our team. So the bonuses that you get for being part of my team, and I'm sure Kim has her own bonuses. I know Robert does, and I know John does as well. But for being part of my team, and Kim knows about attraction marketing because that's how we met. So she's good with this as well. But with me, you get 3 one-on-one coaching calls that are valued at $12.97. You're going to get access to our exclusive members-only Facebook communities. I have one, Robert has one, and then we have a My Econ Testimonials group. My friend Lakilia, called Lexi for short, she was on here from that group with me last week. You're going to get the weekly training on how to market and use My Econ. That's $14.79. And you get the weekly webinars for your new prospects. So like I said, you got Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday. So there's no excuse for you not being able to tell someone about this opportunity. If you're new and you feel like you don't know what to say, don't worry, we got you. So all the bonuses come up to a grand total of $4,110. That is 10 times the value of your entire yearly membership. Remember when I got started in this online thing, I told you I spent $3 grand? That was just for one program. This is for an entire year, $437, and these are the bonuses that you're going to get your first year. The other bonuses, this is the 5-step strategy. The smart credit system, that's where you improve your credit. I have a friend here with My Econ, and in 3 months, her credit score improved 92 points. That's huge, people. You get the cash flow manager and tax record keeping system. This is where we provide you with software to enter your expenses and income that you can download monthly, quarterly, or at the end of the year and give them to your accountant. So no more taking a box of receipts over to your accountant and have them try to figure it out. You can put it in electronically, save it to the cloud, download it, and hand it over to your accountant. No problem. And I'm sure you'll probably see a break in your accounting fees because he didn't have to sift through that box of receipts. And my disclaimer here, again, is if you don't have an accountant, let's get one. People, we're running a business here. Let's act like it, okay? I'm sure the president and CEO of McDonald's has not only a business accountant and a personal accountant, so why don't you? You're also going to get the debt elimination software where you put in your debts and your income, and the system will tell you how to go about using your income, especially your newfound W-4 income, to eliminate your debt. Then you get the investment education system. This is super important whether you're working or you're an entrepreneur that's self-employed at a brick and mortar, because you have your 401k at your job if you're working. If you're not working, you don't have your 401k, you're not putting into Social Security. So when it comes time, you're going to get whatever is there for you. However, the investment education system will teach you about the different types of investments that are available for you. We are not financial advisors, we are educators. So that investment education system can help you live the life that you have become accustomed to in your retirement as you are today. And then last but not least, which I find the most fun of all of this, is the Cashback Mall. You become your own Ebates. There are all kinds of shopping sites out there that give you kickbacks and so forth. But this site here not only gives you kickbacks for your own purchases, but if you refer someone to your site, you get kickbacks on their purchases as well. And then the other big one of the Cashback Mall is every week we put coupons out on this website. You can download enough coupons from this website to take to the grocery store that will actually pay your monthly membership. I've seen it happen and I've done it myself. So the webinar only bonuses, for those of you who are watching this webinar or lucky enough to get the replay, you are going to get the online marketing Mad Libs worksheet to discover who you are talking to. This applies to everybody on this webinar. So I'm gonna leave this up for a second so you can write down that link. This worksheet helps you identify your ideal customer. So if you're on this webinar, you're thinking, well, hell, anybody who's got a job is my customer. Not necessarily so. I know Kim and I have had conversations. She's seen my avatar. Her name's Shelby. And she jokingly said, Shelby sounds like me. And I was like, yeah, me too, without the kids. So you really want to sit down and think about the type of person that you want on your team. Do you want somebody who's going to jump on just to get the W-4 and jump off, which I've had happen to me? Or do you want somebody who sees the long-term vision of being a part of the MyEcon team? So we'll help you identify that with the avatar worksheet. And then secondly, this also applies to everybody on this webinar, you get a resort vacation to a destination of your choice at a 70% discount. Just type in that link and you can pick your destination. Some of the vacations on there, for example, you can go to Vegas for $99 for 4 days and 3 nights. You pay $39 down. I believe you got at least 12, if not 18 months to take the vacation. Pay the other $60 when you're ready to go. And this is not at no janky hotel off strip. This is at a 5-star resort. You get access to a vacation of your destination. That's just one example. If you want to go to Cancun, Cozumel, there's just tons of vacations. Check it out. You can get a vacation at a 70% discount by going to that site just because you are on this webinar. And then also, one of the things that I offer is a 30-day money-back guarantee. Now, MyEcon offers you 3 days, but I'm giving you an extra 27 days because I am so confident that when you shift your income, you will see that the bonus income you get just by getting money that's already yours in the first place will pay for your Econ membership. But if it doesn't work for you in 30 days, I will refund your $47.90. That includes $34.95, your monthly fee, plus a year of the Cashback Mall. I'm that confident that you're going to be satisfied. Kim shared her story. I've shared mine. This has been nothing but positive for everybody that's come on board, unless, of course, you don't see the benefits for yourself and your family, and you're not interested in leaving a legacy. All right, so just to be clear, this is not for everyone. You must be able to follow directions. You must be willing to do the work. Like Kim mentioned, she got started in April and didn't do anything until, a few months later. I actually got started in June of 2017 and didn't start doing anything until late December, early January. So just FYI, you got to do the work. But once I got started, things started rolling downhill. A snowball effect is amazing. All right, so You must be dedicated to yourself because I can't want for you more than you want for yourself. And you must have a deep passion to use your business to change your life. So now I want you to ask yourself if what you are doing today is getting you closer to where you want to be. Take a sip of water. So why do I do this? Why do Kim and I do this? Well, because we want to be a service first and foremost. It's all about helping others. When I think of all the years and all the interest money I lost because I let the government have my money and I was like, woo, when I got my tax returns, oh, I can remember the times that I would have loved to have that money to pay off car repairs, incidental housing expenses, expenses that involve the care of my elderly parents. So we want to help you keep your money and then show you how to best utilize that money so it is there for you when you need it. And we want to show you how to do this without struggle, without overwhelm, without wasting your time or money, and to start getting results right away. There's a quote that I like by Zig Ziglar, and it says, you can have everything in life you want if you will just help other people get what they want. So as you've gone through this presentation, you see that I'm not trying to sell you anything but a solution to your money problems. That's it, and that's all. So just to reiterate the bonuses once again, you get the attraction marketing bonuses, which includes 3 one-on-one calls. That's $12.97. You get access to our exclusive member-only Facebook community. That's $9.97. You get weekly training on how to market and use my ecom. Plus, I've got tons of videos on YouTube. That's $14.79. And you get the weekly webinars for your new prospects on Sunday, Wednesday, and Thursday. That is $337. That's a total value of $4,110 your first year, 10 times what it's going to cost you for your first year. And if you've ever been in a product-based MLM business, you'll spend $400 in 2 months, at least 2.5, if not 3. But with this, you get all this value just for being part of the My Econ tribe. Then you get the smart credit system, so you can improve your own credit instead of paying someone else to do it for you. You get the cash flow manager and tax record keeping system, the debt elimination software, investment education system, and then the fun part, which of course is the cashback mall. Who doesn't shop online, right? And then you get my webinar only bonuses that apply to everyone who is either here live or getting the replay, but I will never post these on my site. You are going, I shouldn't say never, but you know what I mean. You're going to be able to get the worksheet to discover your ideal customer and client, and also a resort vacation to your destination for 70% or more off in some cases. And then, of course, as I said, a 30-day money-back guarantee. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. And the biggest gain is more money in your paycheck. We got about, 10 weeks left before the end of the year. So that's 5 paychecks for you 2-week people. That's 10 paychecks for you 1-week folks out there. What would 10 weeks, even if you were at the $60, if $60 was added to your paycheck, do you realize that's another $600 that you would see between now and the end of the year? That would buy some Christmas gifts instead of putting it on your credit cards. So once again, please get back with the person who invited you. If I invited you, please go to www.successwithcecilia.com/mymoney and click get started. If it wasn't me, get with the person who invited you. They'll give you your link. You'll go through the same process. Just get started and let's get started, seriously. All right, so I want to explain this really fast because if you see this when you're getting started, there's the $47.90 and the $34.95. The difference between these two programs, I'll start with the $47.90. You get 1-year membership to the Cashback Mall, and you also are eligible for residual income. If you are not interested in the residual income or the mall, because I do have some clients who are not, then just go with the $34.95. And anybody who you tell about income shifting and Cashback Mall and debt management and elimination, and they want to have a home business so they can travel to fun places and use that as a business expense, you will get a commission off of those people. The difference is that the $34.95, if they tell somebody, you don't earn commissions off of who they tell, you just earn commissions off of who you tell. Once again, we're talking an investment of less than $50 a month. In the $47.90 scenario, it's only $47.90 the first month for your 1-year membership to the Cashback Mall. Then it goes down to $34.95. but you get the benefits of residual income and the cashback ball. All right. So I would like to say, I'm gonna stop the share. I just want to say thank you so much, Kim. I really enjoyed having you on here with us tonight, and I'll let you have some parting words. And I wanted to say thank you, everyone, on this webinar. As I mentioned, I do mine on Sunday. I pick Sunday because I want people to go to work on Monday and get their money right. Robert does his on Wednesday, and then John does his on Thursday. If you want the times for those webinars, let me know. And the links, I can get you those as well. But I'm here every Sunday. Thank you for joining in with me. I hope you got some really good information, and I appreciate your time. So, Ms. Kim, I'll turn it over to you for closing words, and I'll check the questions.
Thank you again. I think the only parting words that I have is to everyone who is attending this, don't delay, do not procrastinate. If you decide to get involved, do it. There's that stirring in your spirit to go ahead and get it done. This business is not just for you. This project is not just for you and your family. This is for to help your parents. This is to help some other struggling family members, your best friend, just anybody that who needs this opportunity to better their circumstances. So be the example. And if that stirring is in you, move. Thanks, Cecilia.
Well, thank you. So got lots of comments, just people saying thank you. I didn't know. As I'm going through here, there was the one question was Kim brought up about her kids, her children, and how she now pays them as part of her business and not an allowance. That is correct. As part of my econ, I believe the limit is $12,000 a year that you can pay your children, and they don't have to file taxes, and you can claim that as a business expense. So my joke that's the way to get them to do their chores, right?
That is correct.
So yes. Your children. That was one of the questions that came up. Okay. All right. And then let's see here. Good info. Okay. So a question was about the 30 days. So once again, most states, a contract is legally binding in 3 days. And it's the same with my econ. But because I am so confident that you're going to reap the benefits, I will give you that 30-day window, because in 3 days, you won't get your first paycheck. I want you to get enough time to get 1 or 2 paychecks under your belt to really see the impact of what this can do to you. And if after 30 days, you're like, that wasn't that much. First, I'm going to think you already been monkeying with your deductions in the first place, but that's neither here nor there. But I do want you not just to see the benefits of the W-4, but the credit management system is 10 modules that you can go through and you can improve your own credit. I personally know people who have paid thousands of dollars to have someone improve their credit, and you can do it yourself. I mean, it may take a little extra work and a little extra effort, but you made this mess, so clean it up. Okay. How does the business, okay, I cannot tell you exactly how the business expenses work. That was the question, how do the business expenses work? So I'm gonna give you a scenario. When I was working for corporate America, I went to California for work. On the way back from California, I wanted to visit my family in Arizona. So I paid for the jumper flight from California to Arizona, but they still had to pay for me to get back home. So the company wrote off my airfare, my hotel, my food, any miscellaneous expenses that I had when I was on the business part of my trip. All that was something that I put on my expense report, and I was reimbursed by my company. And I'm sure when my company did their expense report, they compiled everybody's expenses, and that's how that works. So when you are your own business, those same expenses apply to you if you are attending an event. Once again, I'm not an accountant or a tax advisor. Please get with one in your state to get the details on what it is that you can deduct. But that's a conversation you'll have with your tax advisor when you do your taxes at the end of the year. How does the debt management system work? All right, the way the debt management system works is you put in your expenses and your income, and then the system lets you know the best way to pay down your debt. Kim, do you know much about that, or did you just do the credit repair piece?
I've done some of the debt elimination system, and you are correct. You enter, the balance, how much you pay on a monthly basis. Once you enter the required information, it calculates for you, like if you want to pay off so much by a certain point in time, how much you would need to pay. So that's pretty much how it works. It's very user friendly, and I think that everybody who does use it, they find out that they are actually able to pay things off even earlier than what they may have originally projected. So,
fantastic. Oh, they said thank you. You're welcome. Thank you, Kim, for being here. So I don't know how to answer that question next time, but I'm glad that you were able to use that software to your benefit. And every piece of software that I've used with my econ has been extremely easy to navigate. I haven't had any things where I was like, oh, I better contact technical support. Nothing like that. I've been able to get on, do what I need to do, and it's been extremely helpful and beneficial to me. And I am able to do videos about it. Like I did a video on the cash management system. I have a video on YouTube. I think I titled it, I signed up with my econ, what's next? So we've got a lot of tools and training, not just for me and other my econ team members, but on the My Econ site as well, because we don't want this to be difficult for anybody. And this is the easiest and simplest business I have ever owned in my life. All right, so I'm just checking through here once again. Lots of thank yous, lots of great infos. Okay. Well, all right, once again, if you were invited by somebody, please get back with them to get your questions answered and to get signed up. If I invited you, excuse me, www.successwithcecilia.com. If you are new, this is here for you Sundays. Make sure you invite the people that you know. If you feel uncomfortable sharing or talking about it, because that's what we're here for. We are part of the system, and we want others to be part of the system as well, because it's not about building us up. It's about building the greater community up. We want to help people understand the benefits of having more money in your paycheck and giving less money to the government. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and close it out tonight. Kim, once again, I thank you, my friend, and we will see you next Sunday. If you want the Wednesday or Thursday, message me and I'll get you that information. Take care, everyone. God bless, and go fix your W-4 tomorrow.